Good morning. That was a good morning just in case I wake up one of your husbands again with my really big loud good morning. Okay, so today we're going to do the turkey work flowers. And they go up here at the top. You can make them as big or as small as you want. I like to make mine a little bit bigger and then cut them down afterwards. So what you're going to need for this is some thread, obviously. I'm going to use 871. It's the purple color. You can use 2 colors of thread at the same time if you'd like. And it will just make it have like lots of different colors in there. Or you can just use one. Again, totally up to you. Maybe I'll do like a pink and purple situation or something, you know, just to like mix it up a bit. Or purple and blue. That might look quite nice, you know. Should probably make a decision that way. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of that. And you're also going to need the same color that you used for this stem. So not the inside color, if you did the short straight stitches in the middle there. You're going to need the color for the stem. So take a minute and have a look for that real quick. Okay, so with this, what we're doing is we're going to take the thread and wrap it around our fingers. 2 fingers will give you a little loop, or 3 fingers will give you a bigger loop to work with. And however many wraps you do, that's how much thread and how big / wide / thick / dense your flower is going to be. So if you just want it to be a little bit here and there, you could probably just do 2 fingers and wrap it like 6 times or 7 times. Now, when you wrap it, it'll be on the front and the back, so it's like double. So if you've wrapped it 6 times and you've got 6 threads, you actually have 12 because you've got it on the front and the back. So what we're going to do first is take a color, the color of your flower, yeah. And I like to do about this much. And we're going to set that aside. Okay, we're going to need that later. Okay, so choose whatever colors that you want to do. I think I'm going to do the blue and purple mixed together because after I said it, I couldn't stop thinking about it. So I'm going to do that. Good morning. I love those flowers. So excited to see it finished. Yes. Okay, now this uses quite a bit of thread. So if you don't have very much of the color you want to use, you might want to choose a different color or mix it with 2 colors. Not mix it, but use 2 colors to mix it together. Okay, so I'm going to hold it like this. Again, if you do 3 fingers, then do 3 fingers. I'm going to do that because it's easier for you to see what I'm doing. And you're just going to wrap it around. Okay, so I've done what, four wraps. And I've got all of this thread on the back and all of this thread on the front. I'll do it a couple more times like that. Now, when you're happy with it, yeah, when you're happy with it, then cut. And put that aside. So this is what we're left with, okay? So I've got the 2 ties here, and I've got a round circle of thread, okay? And we're going to put this piece that we've already cut through the circle. And we're going to tie that into a double knot. Are you with me so far? I hope so. Now, the other thing that you're going to need is a comb. So if you have like an eyebrow comb, that's perfect. I don't have an eyebrow comb, so I got a pack of combs I wanted the wide tooth comb, but it didn't come just one. So I bought all 5, and this was one that came with it. Why can't I speak today? So I'm going to use that comb. Okay, so this is where it gets a little bit like you have to think a little bit, okay? So what you're going to do is put each of these threads on your needle one by one, and we're going to put them on either side of this stem. So let me just zoom it in so you can see a little bit better, because I don't want it to be like confusing at all, you know? So what we want to do is not put it at the very tip like that. You want to put it a little bit down farther. So it doesn't have to be like way down here. But you do want it to look like the flower is like coming off the stem. Do you know what I mean? So let's do that. So we're going to put one of these on the needle and put it down on one side. Yeah, so I picked the 1064 of blue and then star 871, which is purple. Okay, so we've got this one in. So let's grab the other one and put it on the other side. And we're just going to put it on right in the same spot, but on the other side. So you don't want it down here or way up there. You want it just right in line with the other one, but on the other side of your stem. So it looks like this. Yeah? And you're going to pull those tight. I can't sleep either. Oh, lots of people can't sleep. Okay, and then we're going to flip it over and use these two threads here. Let me move it so you can see, and tie a double knot again. So this right here is what's keeping this fluff on. It's like a tassel, you know? I say it's turkey work, but it's not really turkey work. Turkey work is a whole different thing, but it's the tassel stitch. I'll call it that. Okay, and then snip these off because you don't want them hanging down. So this is what we're left with, a limp little flower thing, okay? Now this is where you do all the jazzy stuff and like you make it nice, okay? So the first thing that we have to do before we even get to work with the hair up here is we need to take the color that we used yesterday and we're going to make some straight stitches across here like this. Okay, now this is where you get to choose again. So I know I'm giving you guys a lot of choice with this. But like I always say, like you might like something that I don't like, or I might like something that you don't like. So there's really no right or wrong way here. It's whatever you think looks good. Okay, so some people might have quite a big like bud, you know, like on the bottom here. They might like quite a big one. You can lay it really, really flat like this and make it even wider if you want to have a wider flower, or like I was kind of trying to do. You can make it really, really small and make these stitches. I need more thread. Yeah, like as small and tiny as you can get it. So this is where you need to make some decisions for yourself. There's no right or wrong way with this. So I'm going to take all 6 strands. You don't need that much for this because you're just doing a couple stitches over the top and you're going to fill it in. So what I like to do is do a little knot at the end, just like you normally would. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, and what I like to do here is hold it like this and kind of put the first stitch tucked under and then move it where I want and then tuck this one under too. Because I would like mine not really huge because this flower here is quite small. So that's kind of like the vibe I'm going for. Now, I don't want to pull it really, really tight because you don't want to make your fabric pucker. You just kind of want to lay it over the top. And then you're going to do more of these straight stitches straight over in a line. Like this. Now you can do one at the top, one at the bottom, and then fill it in. Or or you can do it in a line like I'm doing, like one right down, 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 down in a row. So see how mine's already falling down because there's a bump there. Yeah, that's where we've tied it. So that is normal. I like to put quite a few over here. This is kind of slow work, isn't it? Because all we're doing is just covering up the bottom of this here. Now there's other stitches that you could do for this to fill this in that are like fancy and woven and all kinds of stuff. But this is just a really easy, simple way to make it look like you've got a fringy flower. Yeah. That's probably pretty good. Yeah. I might do one more at the bottom here, just at the very bottom. Okay, I like it. I like it. So it's gonna be humped up there. Can you see how far? Now, the more threads that you use, the more humped up it's gonna be unless you lay them all flat. So I put mine really close together and really, really, really small and squished. If you make them more like splayed out like that, you know, then obviously they won't be so humped up. It just depends on what you like. So now we get to the fun part, and that's styling your hair. So what you're gonna do is cut the loops. You're gonna need scissors for this, but like, excuse me, sharp scissors. So don't use like your kitchen ones that, like if you have hair cutting scissors, that would be the best. I like to use these ones. They got sent to me from Warm Crochet, and they are so sharp. They're so sharp and they're so pointy. So yeah, I like to use these ones. So what we're gonna do is cut through all of these loops, make sure all of them are cut. Okay, and then we're gonna trim all of our hair. So however long this is, it's entirely up to you. This is another choice that you have to make. I'm gonna make mine quite short because I want it to stay on the hoop, but I also kind of want a white line around the whole thing. So I don't want anything hanging over, okay? So this is what I kind of mean by that. When I zoom out, do you see how this is all like hanging over and like goes off the side? So I kind of want to keep everything like, you know, contained. Lockdown hair, yep, exactly that. I've already cut mine. My hair used to be really long, and I've cut it all off. Okay, so here we go. We're just gonna trim this. Now, I wouldn't really use the comb now. You know, I guess you could if you really wanted to get it all there. Now, just like a haircut, I would definitely do a little bit at a time, because you can always cut more. If you cut it too short and then you hate it, then you kind of have to start all over again, you know? So I've got this so far, and like I said, I want mine to be shorter. So let's cut this off. Okay, so when you have the right length that you want, this isn't like perfect or anything like that. I always have one, you know, that's like, oh, I've pulled it out. That's like a little bit out of control. Yeah, my husband cut mine too. Because I can't cut the back very well, because my hair is quite short now. Get out of there. Okay, I feel like that's a good length for me right now. Couples who cut hair together stay together. That's some trust right there, you know? He was getting really into it too, like squatting down. Like he was like trying to do like side squats and like looking to see if it was even. And I was like, oh my gosh. Okay, so this is right here is where you need your comb. If you don't have a comb that's small enough, you can use the eye of your needle, not the pointy end, the eye. They really are sharp. Yeah, they really do. They cut so good. Okay, and then you're going to just brush this out. Okay, and you're going to take a couple brushings. And this is all it's doing is just separating all the strands. So what you could do is separate all the strands before you even do it and then put them all back together again. Do you know what I mean? But this works pretty well. If you've got a crazy one like this, you can take your flat iron and just iron that down or put it in the back. So there we go. And then, like always, I always decide, actually, I think I should cut a little bit more off, you know, because I can never be okay with like how short it is. I'm always like, ooh, let's do a little bit more. Like, what would a little bit more look like though? What if I just did a little bit more? What if I cut layers? Like... Okay, so there we have some fringe. There we have it. So I'll zoom it back out again, and then you can have a wee look at how it looks all together. So there's one on that side. Now let's make another one on that side. Yeah, a toothbrush would work great too. The other thing you can do, like I said, is use the eye of your needle and run it through like this. And it really does separate all of your strands like really nicely. It just takes a little bit longer, you know? So, yeah, use what works for you, you know? Okay, so let's do another one. I might make mine a little bit, not so many wraps this next time. 1, 2, 3. I think I did 6 on the last one. I'll just do 4 on this one. So the first step is obviously you need to cut the string, and I didn't cut the thread first. So now I just have to hope that my things get not a thistle. Yeah. Looks like a Scottish thistle. Yes. Someone's already looked at last year's, because we did this on last year's Stitchalong too. And someone's looked at last year's Stitchalong and finished it already. And I was like, oh, I don't want people to think that they should have done it. So I haven't shared it yet. So I have to go back and find that person's so I could share it. Because I didn't want people to think that like y'all should have like went back and done that already. Do you know what I mean? Okay. I still have to do my nails today too. I was supposed to do them yesterday, but then we had to go get food from the grocery store, and then I had to make sure that the kits were all ready. And oh my goodness, you guys, there's only 7 left. There's only 7 left. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. Like, I'm so shocked. Thank you so much. Seriously, like I'm so thankful. You have no idea. I love your nail color. That's my fave. Oh, thank you. It's like a grayish, but they're like grown out. Look at them. It's so amazing. Like, I can't believe that like so many have sold. So yeah, thank you. And then So I'm just finishing the pattern now, and then I'll pack them all up and get them all sent. And then I'll do the reformat the pattern so that you guys can buy just the pattern if you want to buy just the pattern. Because I know some people really like to do that. Okay, where's my green? I've got it. All right, so let's add the green in. Did you see Dipwell has rose gold? I did, but they don't ship to me, so, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go back this year. Like, I'm like crossing all my fingers and toes, but yeah, I always feel bad having to be like, Mom, can you send me some stuff? So I've actually tried a different nail brand for the liquids, but I'm still using the Dipwell colors. Okay, so let's do this one. I still love Dipwell the best though. Like, it's so good so far. Like, my number one. Ride or die nail polish. Dip powder. Everything on this side, I always feel a little bit like I need to flip it around so I can do it over there. You know? Let's see how far this one is. Okay, that's not bad. Yeah, I just wish like shipping wasn't so expensive, like to send things back and forth. Like, I know Dipwell just doesn't send overseas, so that's the deal with that. But even like I've got a package to send to my parents, and I know it's gonna be like $100. Like, which is fine. Like, it costs what it costs, you know? But sometimes I think like all the things that they've sent me and all of like the money that it costs postage could have like gone to something else, like something like more important than just postage. Oh. Seems as though it does not want to stay on this hump. You are well worth it. I knew she was going to say something like that. But yeah, I have a birthday gift coming because my mom's birthday is the 25th. It's next Thursday. Okay, we have a lot of things seeping through here, so let's just sort that. And then I think there's one of these somewhere too, the purple one. Yeah, so my mom's birthday is next week on the 25th, and then, oh, I have my thing on the 26th. Oh, I'm getting really nervous, guys. Still have some purple somewhere. I can see it. It's poking through. Where are you? If you can't fix it, just make another and shove it down there. Look, it's gone. Perfect. Okay, so let's tie this in a knot on the back. And then We'll trim the hairs and then we'll be done. Okay, so these are the last of like the bigger flowers that like, I'm having my oral exam next month and I'm already panicking. Oh, you're gonna do so good. I just keep saying that like that's just what's gonna happen. Like it's gonna be fine. Don't worry, it's gonna be fine. You know, it's gonna be fine. Now this one's a little bit smaller. So let's just cut it smaller to begin with. Oh, poor guy. And I've got another one here. Okay. Do you guys ever have those like heads when you were little, like just the head and it had hair on it and then you could like style it and stuff? I feel like some of these need to be trimmed more, but that's the gist. I might trim that one too, so it's like the same, you know? The same height, length. Stop trimming. Girls World, yeah, and do the makeup. Yeah. I honestly can't remember if I had one or if I wanted one. But there we go. We've got a big one and a small one. I feel like that one really needs to like chill. It's like doing a lot over there. It's like work, work, work. You know, like maybe you need to be a little bit smaller. But yeah, I basically do this the whole time. I just go back and forth going, this one needs to be cut. No, this one needs to be cut. Just don't cut into your fabric, okay? There, now at least they're this like the same look, you know? My mom says I had one, so I had one. I can't even remember. Okay. There we go. So that's what we have for today. That's what we have done for today. Do we love them? Do we hate them? I don't know. I love them. But some people really don't like them. They think they're too faffy. They're too fiddly. So it just depends on what you like. You can make them quite big. You can make them quite small. You can add one down here if you want. That's coming down. Like, the world's your oyster. Okay? Or what's it? Bob's your uncle, or however you say it. You get it. Okay, well, that's it from me for today. Just a little fluffy goodness. You don't have to do two. You can just do one if you want to. Remember, we still have Sunday, which is catch-up day. And then not the last day, but the second to last day is going to be details. And we're going to talk about how to like balance out your hoop. So that means that sometimes you might have like a lot of things on one side and not enough things on the other, or maybe your things are too far apart, the big flowers, so you need to do something in the middle. Do you know what I mean? So we're going to really tie it together the second to last day. So the last day is the 25th, and the 24th, that's when we're going to start working our magic. All right. So if you're in the paid stitch along, I'll see you in just a minute. If you're not, I'll see you tomorrow. Okay. Bye.